Like, this is going to be a brand new show. The topic is around money. So, brainstorming a podcast for indie folks, indie makers, indie creators, and bootstrappers, freelancers on the topic of personal finance. And yeah, I'm wondering. I'm testing my audio setup right now, so let me know if this sounds okay. But if you have ideas on things we should cover, please leave a comment right now. I've got about 15 minutes before our initial call. And we have a big document full of stuff. Well, that's good. Hey, Chris, one thing I'm still getting with my setup is a baseline. Well, in my headphones, I can hear a baseline of not line noise, but it's not just this furnace, but I can hear a baseline of, I'm not sure if the gain is too high or what, but nothing I'm sure you can't handle. I put a new folder in our shared Dropbox folder, Chris, because I'm going to get you to edit the show. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Nadav. Nadav? Am I saying that right? Nadav? Nadav is the co-founder of Riverside.fm, fellow indie maker. Yeah, there's a little bit of noise on the line. Yeah, got to diagnose that. I can just barely hear it. Hey, Robert, good to hear you here, see you here. Hey, how's it going? Well, Marie's not here yet. I don't think we're going to record it live just because our first conversation is going to be pretty free-flowing. But we do want to cover some of the things that affect indie makers and creators when it comes to money and personal finance that don't often get talked about. And there's a bunch of folks that replied here. Didn't I say hi to you? Come on, Yaz. I love you, man. I love you. Hey, Noah, good to see ya. There's some delay. Let's see if that just might be on Periscope. You might want to check that out if it's the same on YouTube. I know sometimes, so I have a mic delay on in Ecamm. Yeah, not seeing it on Periscope. It seems like some of these consumption, like, I'm using Restream for this. And I think sometimes folks like Twitter tries to mess around with the lip sync. They try to do it themselves or something. So, not sure what's going on there. Ooh, look at this. We're getting a little, what do you call that? Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Darian. Nice. Infinite. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So any questions or comments or deep insecurities around being a creative, an independent maker, a bootstrapper, a freelancer when it comes to money? You know what I could show you is I have a draft. How do you see your drafts? Unsent tweets. Nope. I had a draft about it was something around like, now it seems like Peloton and Google, Apple, These are just places I know my developer friends have applied at lately or doing interviews. Some of these places are offering salaries that are 350K to 500K USD. Mind blown, right? And then Shopify, I'm guessing, is in the 200K to 250K, maybe even higher. But that's an interesting dynamic now for especially this one sector of independent makers, which is people, software developers. And so this isn't I think when you're talking about being an independent, the dream, used to be 100K per year as an indie. But now when you've got salaries like this, it kind of throws open this idea of, should you still be an indie if you can make this kind of money? Now, like jackasses like me, I probably couldn't apply for these jobs. And so I think the new dream for a lot of folks is to make 200K a year as an indie, depending on your circumstance and everything else. But yeah. And of course, I'm already introducing the big one, which is comparisonitis, which we are planning on talking about a lot, because as soon as you put numbers on a screen, people instantly, including me, feel, our value is reflected here if we're not hitting these kind of benchmarks. Oh, here's a good one. Retirement. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about that too, Brad, especially as someone who basically spent most of what I made raising kids over the past couple decades. And now I'm thinking about, what's going to happen later on in life, rebuilding those retirement savings. So that's definitely something we're hoping to tackle. Although there's also this issue of when it comes to retirement, like, my dad is in his 70s. He's still working and enjoying working and going to the office. And I sometimes wonder about, like, I think we need to have savings and retirement savings and emergency savings, but there's also this idea of over optimizing for the future instead of enjoying the present. And of course, there's tension between those ideas, but it's an interesting topic. What's on screen right now? Oh, good. I'll check some DMs here. Okay. Yaz is telling me that YouTube is fine, but Periscope is not fine. Okay. Yeah. Any other things you want me to talk about or Marie and I to address in the show? Our plan is to have a phone call in about 9 minutes, and then that'll become our trailer episode. And based on that, if there's a lot of folks that are interested in it, we'll have a landing page. You'll be able to sign up. And if we get enough interest, we'll record more episodes. We're thinking at least 5 episodes to start with as an initial season. So we're not going to do it live for the first one. We want some space to just explore the topic, but we might do some live stuff later. Oh, that's a good topic, Darian. What should the split for revenue income be? How do you know when you're enough to make the switch? Generally, if you're solo, you want enough I would read Profit First, first of all. Profit First is a great way to think about running a business. And the idea is that you can't just make the equivalent of what you were making when you had a job. You're going to be putting in a lot more effort up front. There's going to be a lot more risk up front. And there's going to be other costs, right? In the United States, you're going to be paying for your own healthcare. Yeah, read Profit First. That's a great book. But as a general rule, I'd say so if you're making 100K at your regular job, I think you'd be looking for revenues of 120K to 130K, so 20 to 30% higher. But it depends on so many factors. Here in Canada, we have public health care, so we don't have to pay for healthcare. For Transistor, John and I still haven't figured out how we're going to pay for healthcare for him. His Cobra is running out, I think, this year, so we have to figure it out now. But the biggest mistake I see people making is they just try to like squeak by with the bare minimum of revenue that they would need. Like, oh, this will replace my income, 80% or whatever. You can do that for a while, but eventually you want to be making significantly more. A business should be returning to you significantly more than you would get as an employee. And it's not always monetary, like Daniel Vassallo. He gave up a job at AWS, making $500,000 a year, to make significantly less initially, but he got a lot more freedom. But there's still kind of a benchmark there that you should be striving for, I think, in a business. Cool. Well, it seems like this setup's pretty good, except for Periscope today. But yeah, thanks for interacting a little bit. Does my voice sound a bit better than last time? I got a humidifier going. Where's the Logitech? That got this little Dyson humidifier cranking away here. And the idea is I'm hoping that humidity was part of my problem here in this room. So hopefully my voice stays reasonably solid. Getting a little bit of... I'm getting a little bit of fry right now, but I think it sounds better than it has sounded. I used to sound like Steve-O. My voice was sounding like this all the time. So this feels like an improvement. Sounds crisp. Thanks, everybody. Again, go check out riverside.fm. Nadav is... to be able to afford a Dyson, exactly. Go check out riverside.fm if you're recording a live stream or a podcast. I really like what they're doing there. Thanks, Brad. Good to see you always, Brad, longtime supporter. This is Brad from Canada, by the way. I don't know if I'm allowed to out him, but he's a longtime supporter of John and I's work, especially on the Build Your SaaS podcast. Really good dude. One of those good dudes. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Love you.